What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, some good news. Some personnel and help. It's on the way, guys. We're about to discuss that. Before we get into it, just want to say that this episode is presented by Prize Picks. Be sure to visit the Prize Picks app today, download it today, and be sure to use the code JUICE to get $50 instantly when you do your first $5 lineup. But guys, the Indianapolis Colts, the practice report, it has a couple new names on it and some stuff that's actually looking in the right direction. So let's go ahead and talk about it here, guys. EJ Speed back to being a full participant. He apparently had a knee brace on at practice today. And before going any further, actually, AR was at practice today just fine. And he said he's completely pain free, which is great to hear. I mean, obviously took a couple hits, quite a few hits at the end of the game Sunday, but nevertheless, it wasn't a bunch of unnecessary ones, and he withstood the game punishment, and he is just fine. So all's good and well there. Cameron McGrone, a new name to the list, but he was full participant. Ashton Doolin was a full participant with his knee, which is a great thing to see. The two big ones that everyone was wanting to talk about, Jonathan Taylor was limited today with his ankle. He was doing some of the individual drills and some of the unit drills. I don't think he was quite doing the reps for everything, but nevertheless, it is still a good sign to see Jonathan Taylor back. As everyone was saying, there's optimism that he plays on Sunday, and it's almost on the borderline of expected. Not going to say he 100% yet, but if you're a betting man, it definitely sounds like Indy is betting on the upside of him playing on Sunday, which is very much needed against this Houston Texans team. And the other big one, DeForest Buckner was activated today. His 21-day window begins today, and was actually able to practice in some form of capacity today. Was a limited participant with his ankle injury. Remember, he went down in that Green Bay game in week 2, and we have not seen him since. So it will have been pretty much a month and a half since the last time that we have seen DeForest Buckner if he plays on Sunday. Not 100% sure, but again, you can never put anything past DeForest Buckner. If he's good enough to be able to play, I'd like to think that DeForest Buckner will go out there and try it. So it definitely great to see both of these guys getting a key player back on both sides of the ball. The rest of these guys did not practice. Braden Smith, who again has had this happen for several weeks, he really only ever practices one time a week and then proceeds to just not practice the rest of the week. So him did not participate, I wouldn't worry about it, honestly. And he hasn't missed a game yet because of it. Michael Pittman also did not practice. Remember, he's dealing with that back. I would say, it's not a surprise here either. Him and Downs both have been dealing with this ever since they had their injuries a few weeks ago and have been playing regardless. Josh Downs also on this list. But again, I wouldn't think too much into it. Josh Downs and Michael Pittman have both been doing this the whole time with their injuries. So probably just rest days. Chris Lamons also did not practice. Again, we didn't see him the last week. Ryan Kelly did not practice today with that calf. He did play in the game against the Miami Dolphins. So, again, probably a rest. I think the Colts are probably doing a great job of just allowing some of these players to, get some of these extra rest days during the week to try and, get themselves in a better state of mind for their injuries. As we said, Josh Downs, same situation as Michael Pittman. Jalen Carlisle did not participate. I got to imagine he's probably not going. We didn't put him on the IR, so obviously he's going to be here, but kind of have to figure he will not be playing this week. We did hear him say that he was probably going to miss some time. Only other name, Jannard Avery, foot injury. We haven't seen him yet, so it is what it is. But nevertheless, guys, again, EJ Speed back to full participating, Jonathan Taylor back to participating in practice, and DeForest Buckner also returning back to practice. Again, if we could get these guys back, huge boost to this team as they go into this stretch of really tough games. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this group of guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, go Colts.